Yo, man. What's the YouTube, man? It's your boy, Mickal, that's AK, Mr. Sniper Woman. And today's, man, we got the legacy of T.Roy, the Chiraq, Rambo, and King Von's best friend. If you're new, man, hit that like button, subscribe, my channel, man. Run the road to 650 says, man, running your nights in the way. Let's go to get into this video, though. Come on, let's get it.
Real stretch game, man. Everybody else on the game. Hey, we GDK, we down our feet, your money on BD, we pick it up. Right.
Roy just is different, you know what I'm saying? He was a real enforcer. Like Shorty was right. He was out here for real, you know? Shorty was real out here. Like some people would just like can't help it. Like call T.Roy, you know, you gonna go crazy, you know?
Dark gang shit, squash. Yeah. You would not look mark me. They would not stun on me. No, I keep that 33.
Yeah, it's on live, Facebook Live.
So if you see me, it ain't no leave me the alone.
Damn, T.Roy got popped?
Why do you think the cap so?
When that happened?
Why you got the red card for us?
When did T.Roy get popped?
What up, gang? Back with the real. You know what's the deal. Chicago is known for some of the most ruthless savages in the streets, and one name stands real tall for show, and that's the Chiraq Rambo, T.Roy. Fearless, dangerous, op shooter, T.Roy was all three and was a top hitter in the O Block. It takes a certain level of savagery to gain that much respect and strike that much fear into the opposition. According to his best friend King Von, T.Roy was the definition of street.
Y'all know how folks is, man. No T.Roy. No T.Roy. Let me see who
So how did they catch him lacking? New images and photos emerged of the hit that took his life, and we gonna take a look at it and his time in the streets that made him Chiraq's Rambo. Let's chop it up and break it down. The story of the legend began October 30th, 1993. James Johnson, also known as T.Roy, grew up in Parkway Gardens in his infamous O Block with his moms. Pops.
Bro, she lost 3 of her sons? Bro, what? To the streets, bro. That's sad, bro. Like, she's a mom, bro. She lost 3 of her sons, bro.
Sisters,
That's gotta
two
be
brothers, Slutty and HK, and his
traumatizing,
cousin,
just sad,
Eli, Lil Mario, and Zell. Already growing up in the Black Disciple stronghold in the city, his life was likely to take a route to the streets, but he may have had a chance until he met up with one of the Chiraq youngins, Chief Keef, who he became real cool with, remaining tight even down to when the ops took his life. In fact, T.Roy is rumored to have been a shooter for Keef, and Keef hasn't done nothing but add
so he was still cool with Chief. So he was tight with Chief Keef. Okay, because you know about Chief Keef. She don't really talk about that shit no more, but I didn't know he was still cool with Chief Keef.
This in his tracks like No Reason, where he raps the bars.
Cool with Chief Keef.
T.Roy got my strap, he gon' blast for no reason. And Self, with the lines, T.Roy got a gun that's bigger than him, and he gon' blast that bitch all by himself. And he don't miss, he gon' lead a right, one left. While Keith was his homie, there were other kids from various sets that attended Diet as well. Just Below 600, THF 46 Slushy, and Front Street Quono, who was one of the early ones rapping with Keith in the cafeteria during lunch.
I thought shit like mine. How many niggas living cause we want play with our money, do we kidnap your children?
Get this video, what?
Unfortunately, he would survive one shooting only and be chased and murked by cops years later.
It just that, you know, they shoot all the time everywhere, you know? So I just happened to get caught in some crossfire, that's all. I was walking down here, then I just heard gunshots, I didn't know where they was coming from. Then I got shot and I was right here on the ground.
T.Roy was a product of the streets. By how he moved and operated, he was built for it. Short, but packed a punch, both with his fist and his strap. Oftentimes, he'd make it known that if you run up on him, he's gonna end your life without hesitation. This dangerous demeanor brought him a lot of respect in the hood. His name just had that kind of weight to it. One of the few dudes who could roll with a member of an op set and not be confronted or run down on. This was the case with him in 051 Arrow.
Bro said he wanna run up on him like, pretty much you done. That's what he pretty much saying. You run up on him.
Roy and Arrow were cool,
done.
even
Say
if
goodbye.
O Block and 051 was locked in their beef. T.Roy had so much pull in the streets that he was even able to guarantee Arrow's safety when he came over to their hood. That's something even Lil Durk avoided when Meek Mill wanted to come to Chiraq.
Good, bro. Man, Meek told me that. Meek told me that a long time ago. He like, I want to come to your hood. I'm like, you at your own risk, bro. I'm not for sure to tell you like, you good, bro.
Right.
No, this shit can go up. Even good. Yeah, this shit can go up. It is over.
Okay, they see
T.Roy would
they can
eventually
pop.
cross paths with King Von, and the two will become close homies. Unfortunately, Von will be held up behind bars in 2001 and wouldn't be back out until 2012. T.Roy on the outside held it down and was always shouting out free the
What?
gang.
Didn't nigga say 2001 or am I bugging?
Von will be held up behind bars in 2001 and wouldn't be back out until 2012. T.Roy on the outside
2001? My damn, nigga wasn't even born in 2001. 2001?
held it down
No,
and was
there's no
always
way.
shouting out
Ain't
free
no
the
way.
gang.
2001?
All of this was before Wick City went through the change that also changed T.Roy into the hood-thirsty savage he became. This began with the loss of a number of his friends, the first being O.D. Perry in August 2011 when the female Chiraq assassin K.I. murked the respected O-Block OG and allegedly taken his gun. This was the birth of O-Block. The name changed from Wick, Wild, Insane, Crazy City in honor of their fallen homie. But the losses would keep on piling up, pushing T.Roy further and further to the brink. Sherrod of the O was the next to fall. It was the hit that turned Boss Trail into something of legends. In 2012, he spotted Sherrod from across the street in the 6400 block of South King Drive. And with a laser beam on the strap, he took Sherrod's top off with one shot. Police discovered Chiraq lying on the street with a single gunshot wound.
Bro said a beam, one shot, boom, he was done. Oh my gosh. One shot
To the
and he
head.
was
He would
done.
later pass away at the hospital. K.I. and Boss Trail pushed T.Roy's buttons by insulting his slain homies. Even FBG Duck and Ruger were in on the fun, dissing Sherrod on their diss track, Expose Me remix. T.Roy was filled with anger. Mixed that with the jabs at his fallen homies, and the Chiraq Rambo was born. His first target to drop was the unlucky Marlon Monroe, also known as Little Doc of Tuckerville. April 28, 2012, Little Doc was at his aunt's Woodlawn building doing some painting when he took a break to hit up the convenience store to grab a drink. As he entered the store, it's alleged that it was T.Roy, along with twins Cortez and Courtney of TYMB, who pulled up from outside and dumped on him. But that wasn't enough. There were more get-backs to be made, and T.Roy was spinning and spinning. He didn't forget Sherrod and exacted his revenge on Boss Trail. Boss Trail, almost sensing T.Roy was hot on his trail, tried to get out the streets. He bought a bus ticket to leave Chiraq and head to Iowa to start a new life. But once that Chiraq Rambo had him in his sights, man, you already know what happened. On November 8th, 2012, just 2 days before he was to leave to Chicago, Boss Trail was found face down in an alley in the 2600 block of West 83rd Street with a bullet to the back of the head. It's rumored that a shorty was used to lure Boss Trail to the alley, where instead he met with T.Roy, who ended.
Damn, so he was trying to get out of the street life and go to Iowa. But 2 days before he got set up, and he pretty much got set up and it was done after that. Damn. That's like shit.
Ended up ending
That's why
his
you-
life. T.Roy was
That's why you gotta watch it for these females. Females can just set you up for money and anything, bro. That's why you gotta be careful. You cannot get caught lacking, bro. That's why, like me, I gotta be careful, bro. That's why you gotta watch your surroundings, because, bro, nowadays people will set you up for anything, bro. And you have nothing to do with nothing. They'll set you up for money just because it's money. And probably like $200. Like, dog.
ripping his ops apart, and his name began to be more feared with everybody that dropped.
Roy just different, you know what I'm saying? He was a real enforcer. Like Shorty was right. He was out here for real, you know? Shorty was real like out here. Like some people would just like can't help it. Like call T.Roy, you gonna go crazy, you know? But hey, Shorty is a savage on. Another that was fearless. Like, he had no fear.
He was stretching dudes out for real and was often out lurking for more ops. It was GDK on everything.
Real stretch game, man. Everybody else on the game. Every GDK, we die by 50 money on BD. We keep it up.
The ops were dying and mothers were left crying, but none of those tears could bring her son, Boss Trail, back. It was only a matter of time before Balance had to return to the war zone, and T.Roy and O-Block took a major loss when J Money was murked. Word is that on September 2nd,
they had a shirt made called GDK, bro.
2013, J Money was set up, believing he was meeting up with a girl in the 6600 block
you
of
see
South
what I mean? A girl. See, another setup.
Rose Avenue in Woodlawn. But instead, K.I. and her homie was waiting in the cut. They would pop out and open fire, hitting J Money about the body and head. Just like T.Roy, K.I. was hurting from her losses and used the moment to get her jokes in to really eat at T.Roy. But even for an assassin, there's an operative that will hunt them down. But this time around, the operative wasn't just one, it was a whole group. T.Roy, King Von, and Big A. April 11th, 2014, K.I. would be hit 9 times in the mouth, neck, and chest before running and collapsing on a neighbor's.
Oh my gosh. Nah, bro. If you get shot that many times, that means they hated you and they really wanted you gone for good. 9 times in the mouth. Shot 9 times, but that's
his doorstep.
But neighbors say Barnes and friend were walking along the sidewalk when a gunman started firing.
K.I. would succumb to her injuries at Northwestern Memorial Hospital after fighting for her life. There have been a long debate and discussion about whether T.Roy physically had a part to play in the hit, or was he just at the time incarcerated? Because on the day that the hit was carried out, Von posted this to Twitter, suggesting that T.Roy was locked up. But that could have also meant that T.Roy is going hard in the streets and Von needed to up his game on the ops because they had sort of like a competition rivalry to see who would catch the most bodies. But even if he didn't pull the trigger, Von...
Bro, what? Bro, what? These motherfuckers had a competition about how many how many people they can kill, how many... Bro, what... The fuck is this goddamn free-for-all team deathmatch? Damn, like they're acting like how many points they can score in a basketball. Bro.
Bonds was his mans, and K.I. took J Money and dissed their fallen homie.
Damn.
So it comes like T.Roy was kind of like a driving force behind the hit because of how much his homies knew he wanted her gone. In over 300 pages of a later released document, authorities list Von as the suspect in the shooting, but they are unable to prove it. T.Roy was doing damage in the streets though, but he was also fighting cases behind closed doors. He was a known hitter to law enforcement and was arrested a number of times while terrorizing the ops. You'd think bro would put the street life down completely, especially since he had a son to raise. But nah, he was back out op hunting and caught Stunner from Suwu TTB. June 8th, 2013, Frederick Taylor, also known as Stunner, was on the slip ramp between 71st Street and 75th Street on the southbound side of the Dan Ryan Expressway with another woman and man in the vehicle. Between 1 and 1:10 a.m., another whip allegedly pulled up with T.Roy, Boss Money, and BJ. Somebody up the pole sending shots into the vehicle, wetting up Stunner and hitting the female passenger in the chest. Both were transported to Advocate Christ Medical Center where Stunner succumbed to his wounds. The woman and the other male occupant would make it out with their lives. T.Roy took pride in his bodies. It's crazy how dudes take a life and laugh and get excited talking about it. In this video, you can hear T.Roy mocking Stunner.
I mean, I don't know how people sleep when it take somebody's life. Like, how do you say that?
That's saying they will not stun me.
No,
like, I
what?
keep that 33.
You would not look mark me. They would not stun me. No, I keep that 33.
T.Roy got him another one, but everyone has their day, and T.Roy's day finally came. February 14th, 2017, T.Roy was out doing what he does best, finding and murking ops. And one op in particular was on his radar, TB from Taekwon World. Just about a month before, TB dropped a disrespectful track, Taekwon Way, that took aim at every op. T.Roy would go to a popular area where TB was often posted up, but Reports state that about 11:55 a.m., James Johnson, also known as T.Roy, went into a store on 71st Street. At first, it was believed to be this shoe store, but surveillance pics from inside the store leans more towards it being the store beside it. T.Roy entered and was followed inside by another person, TB. He was caught lacking while trying to catch his op lacking. Pics from inside shows T.Roy standing behind an unknown person and can't get right with the striped pants while TB in all black is walking up, hand in jacket with the pole tucked. Next, T.Roy drops to the floor the moment TB blicks him with the pole. Now take a look at this pic with can't get right in TB besides.
So this is so they had like, damn. So T-Roy was trying to get TB. And T-Roy, so T-Roy got caught lacking. He was by himself too. And T-Roy had some homies, I mean, I don't really know. Damn. But the one thing I think they said was T-Roy he wasn't really scared though, so I mean, if you're in the streets, man, you live in the streets, you die by it, bro.
Their clothes match the description from the pics. It's
die
crazy how easily the little details can give away dudes. Remember that vid before T.Roy mocking stunners passing? Check this out. I could be tweaking, but doesn't the same dark fit look like the one in the store pic? T.Roy was a fighter. He tried to hang on but passed away at Northwestern Memorial Hospital after being in critical condition from the gunshot wound to the chest. Enraged by the passing of his brother, HK was on the path to get back and call it fate, but he caught TB lacking around the same area as his brother and murked him with a headshot living up to his name, Headshot King. But there's no winning in the streets. The cycle never ends. It's rumored that Wooski and Tukaville members were the ones who would spin the block on HK, murking him. T-Roy's older brother, Slutty, actually met his end the night Vaughn passed. He was allegedly one of the men who shot Lil Tim in the leg. Word is that Slutty was gonna finish Lil Tim off, but his gun jammed. Cops began firing and Slutty was one of those who got hit and passed with Vaughn. He was really close to Vaughn and even Dirk. T-Roy did his thing in the streets. His reputation was solid. He was well respected, but those things can only take you so far when you in beef with so many ops. He was hit up once before in the arm, but this time he couldn't fight off the Grim Reaper.
Who got shot? Who? Nah, he a gangster. He got shot before. He a gangster.
R.I.P. to the Chiraq Rambo. So there you have it.
Hey man, R.I.P. man. Look, you even got she keeps saying to them, bro. Hey, look, see, look, bro. I'm telling you guys gotta understand. Even though people are in, look, I promise you right now, when people when they grow up and they mature, I promise you, Muslim. When you listen, they'll say all that street shit that when they were younger was not worth it, bro. Promise you, bro. And I feel like with FPG Duck, I feel like he really wanted to squash it, but it was too much of people passed, people died, and it was too much blood between both sides. So just no point. But they could have squashed it. All you had to do is put your ego to the side and all that, and they could have squashed it, bro. But you know what I'm saying? That's never gonna happen because when the little generation is, come on now, they're not gonna listen to nobody. But yeah, man, that's it, man. I'll see y'all later.